Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today, Bankrupt be joined once again by Jimmy, Jake, and eventually Fluff.
Is this seriously another Yellow versus Surge Broly match?
What's going on, everybody?
Aren't you sick of this shit?
Oh, Fluff's back sooner than I thought he'd be.
You play Yellow, shut up.
So, yeah, this is, in Jimmy's comment, we recording a bunch of videos at one time, but we did record a video from last week, this today as well, which happened to be almost the exact same matchup, but a different Yellow leader. So we got one of our newer guys, Chris. He is playing Toppo, which is one of Fluff's favorite decks, I think, versus Jake playing his take on Surge Broly.
It's pretty close to Nick's. It's pretty close to Nick's list. I think it's probably like 6 or 8 cards different. You guys know how I do.
You don't gotta tell people that.
No, I'll be fine. It's a good list. I feel like people should play it.
So,
But don't give Nick credit. I don't pay him.
Well, look, my contract is over in 17 minutes.
Okay. So
you guys should figure that out in 18 minutes. So, you have a lot of experience with Toppo. I think everyone at our shop has a ton of experience with Toppo.
Yes.
Were you worried going into this match at all?
Honestly, I wasn't until I saw the android hit the energy area, and I was like, okay, I have no idea what this man is up to.
Speaking of that, this past weekend was, I feel like, crazy. I absolutely loved it. We had someone playing Soul Striker, but a blue-black variant, which I've never seen before. I thought that was pretty cool. We had another guy playing a Majin Vegeta deck, which we haven't. He's actually playing the correct theme version of it with some interesting tech in it. And then we had Toppo with androids. So it was interesting. I liked it.
There was a lot of really cool, unique lists this weekend. And him already having the Vegeta in Awakening here is pretty solid, especially because I'm tapped up, and unless I awaken, I'm not really going to be able to play any battle cards on his turn here. So even though I've got my main piece, the Piccolo Eradicator on the board, he's already got the lock on. And this 16 will just work so well with what he's doing. He's going to switch it to rest, yeah, and then it'll get a buff for the rest of the turn, and then he's not really out anything by adding markers to his Vegeta with the Activate main.
So one of those gives it blocker, and the other one gives it like a 15k boost or a 10k boost, something like that. So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so and here he's wisely putting pressure on the super combo. You were asking if I was worried earlier. I think this is the turn where I was the most worried about the future of the game. Like, I don't know if my Piccolo was going to survive at this point, and starting to really worry about. See, I'm reading his cards and everything. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen now?
Is he going to rival something?
That's what I'm worried about.
No, okay, just comboing it up.
Yeah, I got lucky there.
Did you get a chance to look at his list after this match?
I think he either showed it to me before or after, and I really liked the direction he was taking it in.
That's right. This is now I can remember now. This is a green-yellow Toppo lock deck because he plays the 8-drop Brolys as well in this deck. That's right. And he plays the skill steel Chilai super combos, I think, as well.
Which is such an underrated super combo.
It's just like a different flavor of the yellow-blue Samasu super combo, which is one of the best in the game. Like, it's not as good as that specific super combo, but for its color palette, it's pretty incredible.
And locking that card down so you can't benefit off the alliance.
Yeah, it actually has deflect, and we forgot that during play.
Oh,
yeah, but that's okay though. Overall, I don't think it. I don't die to this 14k Vegeta on the next turn, so I'm not too worried about it.
Good, because I'm not paying you to die. Yet.
And that was an unexpected negate right there, switching the Piccolo with Cocotte Zone.
So even if you would have gotten the Vegeta swing, your Piccolo would, because I assume you would have swung, restood, then swung a Piccolo to maximize the alliance.
Exactly.
But you still would have gotten that card tapped down regardless, unfortunately.
Right. So either way, I wouldn't have got the alliance that turn, whether he counterplayed or not.
Now, is the auto on Vegeta when it attacks, it gets to restand?
No, it's you may, and I forgot to restand it. See, here I'm like, it restands, and then I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I'm not gonna restand it. I didn't call it, so I'm not gonna do that.
That's a very gentlemanly of you.
Yeah, I mean, I should know what my cards do.
But the advantage is already in the Brawly player's hand. Restanding that Vegeta does nothing right now. Like, Brawly already has such an advantage over the Toppo Lock player just because of the cards on the field that he doesn't really even need to restand that Vegeta. He's not in threat of dying. And in all likelihood, he's probably not going to use the block this turn anyway.
Yeah, honestly, I would kind of like to be at 3 so I could start detaching materials and stuff because I did awaken so early. But,
was there a, like, so you're not really sure what he's going with here, a fear what caused you to awaken early? Or just having the energy?
So, if you saw the turn I played the Vegeta, my turn 3, I ended up being completely tapped up. And, I wanted to have access to some energy in case he played some really wild stuff that I didn't expect. You know what I mean? So I just didn't feel comfortable going into his turn 3 completely tapped up.
Now I'm kind of curious if he plays any mono green cards, or if it's all just multi.
I don't recall actually.
It's all multicolor, I believe.
Okay, because he currently has no green energy. Like I said, I do know he plays the 8-drop Broly.
So, are you really worried about the unison here?
Yeah. Once I start to go for the kill, the minus effect is going to shut out my 6-drop Brolys and my other arrival cards from swinging. And then just being under the lock is annoying against yellow because you really just want to push when you can, and not being able to play multiple battle cards really sucks. The main reason I'm not going for his life here is, I don't know if you can see, he's got about 3 cards in hand, and I picked up on that during the turn. So I'm really just trying to deny him as much resource as possible, because he's already awakened. So, I just kind of want to play through the fewest amount of cards possible on my next turn.
He actually showed me his Toppo Lock list, and while I appreciate the list, there's a lot of things that I fell into as a Toppo Lock player that he's falling into. Like, he is utilizing Universe 9 Assemble and the Chappelle package in here. But you all are so practiced against this deck that you know to never tap out against it.
Right.
To be told, I forgot that card was valid again.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't want to go completely tapped up.
That he's never going to get the value out of that card. And then he's running this weird Android package, which I actually really liked seeing in action. It's just not doing enough against the Brawly Surge side. Like, those androids are becoming at 15, but he's sitting with 216 bodies on the field, so he's going to have to waste additional, plus having the Kakunsa, which is going to just stop all that pressure there. Like, you can just see the war of attrition is paying out towards the Brawly Surge player's side, which is all the more common here.
Yeah, the main reason I used the Kunsa on a 1-drop was just to establish a battle card during his turn, because I'm still under the lock. And I was going to try and hope to make him spend a little bit more energy, but wisely he just passes the turn.
Well, it's kind of hard, though, because he already played a battle card. So he's kind of on that lock himself.
True, but he could use extra cards or, use energy in another way. I was just hoping that Kunsa would force him to do so.
Yeah, and now he's lost the unison, so now you're able to just vomit everywhere.
Exactly.
If you so chose to.
Jake's pretty good at vomiting. I've seen it happen before.
Have you? I mean, I do throw up pretty easy, but I'm trying to remember.
I mean, it's pretty telling that you don't remember.
Yeah.
So sorry, Giant Ball does. Never mind. It's the other one.
That's all does work.
Yeah. We actually had a ruling call on this, so Giant Ball works. Poutine is not targetable by the Broly auto. You see, even Fluff is getting in on the discussion here. And, I just want to be sure that Broly can't hit Poutine, because that would just be a huge blowout for me if I could be able to remove this.
Because it comes out after it's already been
Right.
played. Yeah.
Right.
Because of order of operation of autos. So he reveals Poutine to say, hey, I'm going to play this card. Your auto is proc. His auto allows it to be played.
Exactly.
Yeah, turn player autos will resolve first.
Yep.
Even when it doesn't do good for you. Usually, when you say, turn player autos resolve first, it's advantageous to you in some way, but this is the rare case where it is not.
And that probably ignores barrier.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, for you, Fluff, it doesn't. Don't get any ideas.
Right.
I think after Gen Con, Fluff's kind of done with Toppo, isn't he? For right now.
Yeah, I don't have any desire to go back to the deck. I think the deck is just too fragile. It's too unison reliant. And when you have matchups like this running rampant, it's just like, this is such a hard uphill matchup for the Topo Lock player. Like, I felt bad sitting here watching this match.
I might need to go back and relook at this. Did he just charge the multicolor card?
Yeah, but it ignores energy exhaust. I don't remember exactly why, but it did meet the conditions. We talked about it during the game.
Yeah, I don't really...
I think it's if his leader card is yellow and I have like a certain amount of cards or something. I don't know, but we did check on it during the game.
It's just been such a long time since I've actually charged that card. I've always used it as a combo piece. And I was like, what? Yeah. Okay, cool. So, playing this is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's one way to get around a Piccolo.
Yeah, it's if there's 3 or more Android cards in your dropper, you negate this card's energy skill in all areas.
There it is.
Because I used to play in Tricolor 21. It was like my go-to charge for the yellow-green.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that just doesn't do enough at this stage of the game. Like, it does get the Piccolo off the field, but the Brawly player still has a large mass on his field. He's still sitting at 5 life. It's just a hard position to climb back from.
Yes. Especially because I'm almost to the stage where I can start detaching materials. So even if he does establish big battle cards, they're not going to be worth very much as far as ending the game.
No.
Yep. So Poutine's going to hit that guy. We were talking about the merits of like potentially resting the Vegeta, but his turn was over anyway.
Yeah, there was really no great tap targets there, especially since he was just ending the turn.
Yeah.
So that's a different tech piece from yours and Nick's, I think. I think Nick plays a Gohan where you play Trunks. Is there a reason for that difference?
Funny story about this, actually. So Jimmy needed to borrow a couple Saiyan Kaba. I actually run Saiyan Kaba in this slot.
For the double strikes.
Yeah, and he had 2 IPTs on him, and I was like, just trade me and we'll play it like that.
Okay. I was curious.
I actually ended up casting it once in a
Wasn't it your
game.
match against Jimmy?
Yeah, actually, that was the only match I cast. It was against Jimmy. So
Here
There's
you're
the
going.
double
Yeah.
strike.
yeah.
So question is, does he have?
He only has like 4 cards in hand.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't sure about Final Flash.
Final Flash.
Oh yeah, Vegeta's Final Flash would have gotten out of this.
Yeah, I feel like if he had it, he would have used it at an earlier juncture
Yeah.
to try and get rid of that Piccolo. But since he had to almost cobble together a kill on that Piccolo, I was pretty sure he didn't have it. Because otherwise, he would have played a different battle card, played the Unison Swing, negate the skills with Final Flash, and then suck it up with the Unison.
Well, I mean, it's so good seeing new variety of decks out there, though. So I hope you all enjoyed.
I really enjoyed playing against this days.
So I hope you all enjoyed today's matchup. Keep in mind stuff down below and on the screen while Fluff does the outro.
Yeah, it breaks my heart seeing Toppo Lock get rolled like that. But as always, read your cards, know your plays, let us make the mistakes so that you don't have to. Jimmy's a bitch. And
You're a
Fluff.
bitch.